All right, guys, welcome back to the Self-Made Training Facility Comeback Series and Trainer Interviews. This will be a two-part video here, and we have Jacob. So Jacob is a former trainer here at Self-Made, and now he's back. So we're going to start off by just going through a little history of him in case you don't recognize or haven't known him now that we've moved to our new facility. So we'll start off with the introduction. Give us a little quick bio as to before you came to Self-Made. What were you doing before the first time you came here? So at our Temecula location.
Yeah, so I started at New Gym in Murrieta. It's a small private gym. It gets the job done. And then I just had a couple things that were happening in my life that were, I was kind of just forced to expand, you know, and as a business, you're always trying to scale and get better as a personal trainer. And where I was at the time, and in the least cockiest way, I felt like I was the best trainer in the gym. And the only way to grow is to surround yourself with people who've been doing it for a longer time, who know way more than you. And that's the only way to grow and get better. So, and the equipment too, you know, like I like to be creative and try new things and need more machines and heavier weights and things like that. So I think it was just best for my business to head over to a facility like Self-Made. And I was there for a couple years. It's a great facility, built family there. Like everybody there is family. And then, you know, events leading up to with what happened in the past 2 years.
Yeah. Well, it ended up going down for a little bit anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
So
there was what besides like what in your personal life has really helped you develop as well? Because I know that you've got some pretty strong connections with some trainers here. You've worked with Chandler in the past, and like you said, we were a family here, so you have a good emotional connection with everything that we're doing here with Miguel and what he tried to build. So besides your growth, is there more that's happened in your life recently that's been like, you know what, I need to level up and like whether it's expand but make more money, free up more time? What's been going on?
Man, I think it just comes with age, dude. I'm 29 now, and just for the longest time, I'm old, bro. So, yeah, I started to realize that I need to do better for myself. And in order to do that, I needed a facility to actually run a legitimate business. For years, I kind of was just doing personal training because I liked it, and it was
as a job.
Right? Not as a career.
Right.
And as I started to like really blow up within my first 3 years of personal training, I was like, I could actually make some good money with this, you know?
Did you originally start at Nude the first time you just walked in and started training people there?
No. Okay. So if we're going all the way back, I started at a box house warehouse gym called Reps. I don't know if you've ever heard that.
Yeah. Did you hear DJ?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, DJ. I used to work with DJ Dios.
Yeah, dude, that guy's a beast.
Yeah, he's crazy. He has some weird picking up rocks and shit.
Yeah, so
he's cool.
I started there, and I was there for about 6 months to a year. He actually let me train there without a certification and just like really learning.
We don't do that here, Self-Made.
Yeah, absolutely not. Definitely not. We're professionals here.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Like the owner, Keith, he was a good guy. Let me train and learn, and from there I got certified, and then some kind of like shady shit happened there, and everybody just bounced.
I heard about that because I remember DJ was in at EOS Murrieta. It was Gold's gym, then it turned to EOS, and then he went over to Reps. And I know even some of the trainers that worked with him would go work out at Reps sometimes too. And I have a couple clients. It was they did kind of like a CrossFit hybrid style training over there.
Yeah.
And then they would do their like fitness and general health and wellness training at EOS with me before I came to Self-Made. So I know Reps, and I've heard of Keith, and it seems like pretty positive until the stuff that happened that we won't talk about.
Yeah.
And then from there, was that when you first left? Okay.
Transition to Nude, and Nude's a great facility, man. It's very clean. They're very professional over there as well. All the trainers are very elite as well. It's just after being there for so long, I was there for 3.5 years before I made that transition over to Self-Made, and it's night and day. Nude is more of like a facility for beginner clients, more of an older clientele.
Okay.
Because the equipment's very basic. You got your leg press, you got your hack squat, you got your dumbbells up to 100, cables. It's clean, it's professional, but you know, as an elite personal trainer, I feel like you're very limited. There's just so many different programs that you can do. And I mean, as a professional, you know, bodybuilder or road two, just somebody who's been in the game for a long time, we're okay with repeating the same exercises over and over and over and
Right.
over.
Clients don't understand that
No,
always.
it takes years for clients to get to that level and be like, okay, I can actually do a hack squat for 2 years, and that's going to give me where I want to be.
Progress. Yeah.
So for me, it was like I can tell my clients are getting bored.
Yeah. There's always someone, dude, when Self-Made went down for those like 6 months, after Miguel's passing, I had a cable machine, I had dumbbells to 60 pounds and a power rack. And it was like, actually some of my clients had some of the best progress because they were forced to do the stuff they never wanted to do before.
Right.
And there was literally nothing else we could do. Bulgarian split squats were like the exercise because we only had dumbbells to 60 pounds for a while. And we had one cable machine and the gym was reduced to nothing. And so the ability, you didn't even have to be creative anymore. You just had to make sure that you were doing progressive overload.
Yeah.
And so while it wasn't exciting and new and fun, some of my girls that competed, I had 2 pros that did their entire preps with a cable machine, dumbbells of 60 pounds, and 1 power rack.
That's amazing.
And it's like, and they did very well, and some of the best looks that they've had. I had one girl that ended up qualifying for nationals and then ended up turning pro, and I had another girl that did half her prep in that little, I called it the hotel gym.
Yeah, literally.
And it was literally a hotel gym. And it shows you that while we do have like some cool equipment and a lot of space, lights, all this cool stuff, it's not 100% necessary. But when it comes to growing your business, that's different because the client outlook is going to be different than your outlook on the equipment. So that's a cool point to bring in. As far as like, was there anything besides, was it just over like those 3 years or 3.5 years at Nude?
Yeah.
Was there like a turning point or was it kind of gradual? Like you're slowly started realizing that you needed to change?
I mean, there was a lot of different factors, some personal factors, some things, some messy things in my life that happened, and along with me having these feelings of I need to scale and grow. I went through a really bad relationship, and that kind of forced me to step out of my comfort zone, leave the environment that I was in, and start something new. And honestly, that was the best thing that could have happened to me. Sometimes you have to go
happened for you, right?
Yeah, for me. Yeah. Happened for me, exactly. So sometimes you have to like be at the rock bottom for you to realize like there's a lot more out there for you and your business, and everything is a blessing. That's the way I look at it. It happens for me for a reason.
What you do with it.
Yeah, it's what you do with it, exactly. So
my ex-wife got arrested for domestic violence, bro.
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
That was a rock bottom place, but I was letting her control me for years, and I was so like limited by the clients I could train and what I could do, and like the money that I could make and the people that I could help, and I was suppressed for so long. And the minute she was caught, like wide open, like sky's the limit when she was gone.
Yeah, that's
and
amazing.
my ability now to go through that, and then after going through COVID, it's like, what's going to rock me now? Nothing.
Yeah.
Like there's no more rock bottom. I don't have to worry about going down there anymore. Everything's up from now, and that's a great point, man. Like turning something that could be either a failure or a negative and turning it into a positive.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Now I want to go to your philosophy on training. So anything in your past or as you're growing up, or what made you want to help people? Because we're in the people business.
Yeah, so there's a lot of health issues in my family. Both my parents were never really fitness people. My dad played college ball, but after that, as growing up, they fed me shit food, processed food. They didn't really care about what they put. Yeah, all that. McDonald's. I grew up fat. And on top of that, when I was 8 years old, my mom had a massive stroke. She had a tumor the size of a golf ball in her heart, and then my grandpa on my dad's side growing up, he spent the last 10 years of his life in dialysis, and like growing up, it's like I couldn't even hang out with my grandpa. He smoked, he drank, survived 2 heart attacks. 5 years ago, my dad had a stroke. So both my parents had a stroke. My grandpa had 2 heart attacks last years of his life. This is not
the path for me.
No, dude.
Yeah.
I grew up seeing that, and it was either I need to take what my parents showed me, and I can either get fat with them and live that unhealthy lifestyle, or I could learn from those mistakes and change it. Now, granted, I'm not perfect. I've done my wrongs in my life.
Yeah.
I was fat all the way up until sophomore year of high school.
About 15 is when I figured it out, bro. Get the salad bar at lunch.
Dude,
you
get bullied one too many times, man. You're just like, fuck this.
No more
dude.
you can't get double cheeseburgers too many times at the lunch. You gotta get the salad bar sometimes.
Yeah. Played football, lost a bunch of weight. Unfortunately, I didn't get that dream of going pro.
No, the 0.1% that do. Right.
So just got into weightlifting. And from there, I realized I was really good at it. And I would have like my buddies train with me and like work out with me. And seeing the progression that my friends go through.
And them looking up to you now, too.
Looking up to me and just
went from being the kid that was made fun of to now role reverse.
100%, dude.
And a lot of people in that position may have turned and looked down on people, but it seems like you wanted to bring them with you.
Yeah.
Which shows a heart, right? And the care that you have for people that you may have been, made fun of and like oppressed and when you were growing up for your weight. But then when you were on the other side, you didn't use that as a weapon against others. You use it as a tool to build them up. And that's the story of most trainers. And because we are in the people business, I said it like 100 times on whether it's with a client, a podcast, whatever it is, it's personal training. The order of the words is what's important. You take care of the person, the training's going to fall into line.
Yeah.
Chandler was on podcast earlier, and he's talking about how he has, and you've worked with Chandler before. He's a great heart for people. And the fact that if he doesn't know something, he'll tell his client, because it's better to be aware of your strengths and your weaknesses.
Absolutely.
And then be able to have that conversation with them. Like, you know what? That's a great question. I'm going to find out.
Yep.
Because the person is not ever giving up on you. You can give your client a BS answer, but that's not going to help them grow or you.
Yeah.
And you may find something through the questions that your clients have that level you up to start helping more clients. And that's what we have with our programs here in our education, Self-Made, that you're going to be part of. And we're going to also use you. I don't know if Chandler told you yet, and my plan for you is that we're going to have you in our Big Brother program, not only to learn from me and then some of the things that I've done here to grow, but also I want you to be a big brother to some of the new guys that are here, because you have been here before and you are more advanced, and you, like you said, you were the guy at Nude. So you're humble coming in here thinking that, but to me, I was like, you have no need to be, because you already are that guy.
Yeah.
And I can see what you meant by the equipment, because half the videos I saw of you were at Powerhouse anyway.
Yeah.
We were talking about that.
I never trained at Nude, because I was like, dude, I'm just, I need the variety too.
Right. Yeah, it's exciting. They're doing a lot of big things over at Powerhouse. I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
I know I gotta go in there. I'm like a slave here sometimes, but stuff looks cool over there.
It's a change of scenery, man. You're here all day long, bro. It's like you see the same walls, the same colors, the same
black
people.
And red.
It's good to just get a nice refresh, every day.
It is. The growth that you expect here, like this is your first week back with us, right?
Yeah.
So do you have any growth plans or statistics or things laid out for 2026? Like, I want to increase revenue by 20%. I want to hire a trainer beneath me to take my overflow. Do you have any of those goals for the year so far? I know you and I haven't met yet to talk one-on-one, so I'm kind of throwing this on the spot at you right now.
Yeah, no worries. So I've always been I always want to grow, of course. I don't really have any specific plans. Not a lot of people know this. I love personal training. Everything about it. I love the people. I love the business. I love being in the gym facility. But a lot of people don't know this. I'm actually making a pivot into a career. It's actually going to be firefighting. So right now I'm going into EMT school. And then later this year, I'm going to be going into the academy. And so I'm going to be taking 4 months off of personal training. But the beauty of a firefighter is the schedule.
Yeah.
I'm still going to be personal training. There's no way I'm going to stop.
Right.
It's just, for me, the lifestyle of a firefighter is very attractive. 2 days on, 5 days off. Personal trainer, you're on all day long. And now that I have a kid on the way,
that's the point that I was waiting for you to bring up. I guess earlier. This boy better say something.
I got a baby girl coming. So July 1st is the day she expected due date.
Nice.
So for me is I want to be there as much as I possibly can and provide for my family. Growing up, both my parents are deaf. So growing up, they never had stable jobs. The income, my dad's always bouncing. My mom just, since having a stroke, she couldn't hold down a job. So I've always been poor. So for me, I've always wanted to find stability. I've never had stability growing up. And for me, that is the biggest goal in my life right now, is to provide stability for my future family. And I've gone through a lot of different options, man. I've thought about, dude, I've done the whole pyramid scheme where you get like, all that bullshit too. So, and I've kind of been pointed in that direction just from a lot of my peers in my life. And it's just, the benefits, the salary, and then obviously the work schedule is very, very appealing. And I'm able to still grow my personal training business. And that could even open up new opportunities within within the buddies and like the industry of firefighters. I can start training firefighters and create a business under that.
Right.
So,
Do you have expansion too? Is when people come to a gym like Self-Made and they see, oh wow, all the space, the air conditioning, we got Stuart holding it down, keeping it clean in here, media room, podcast opportunities, education app, like a lot of things, the videographer. There's stuff that other gyms don't offer. And yeah, we are a little bit more expensive than other gyms, but it's not like, here's your key, bro, have a nice life, right? So you could literally create a business here and have trainers working underneath you on those days that you want to spend time with your family.
Absolutely.
Or that you are, you have to take some OT, because as a fireman, especially during the fall, like the end of summer season when everything's dried up and, shit gets burning out there.
Absolutely.
There's going to be like days where you get forced or whatever. But if you get these trainers, and this is where we hope the Big Brother program helps out, the growth of our mid and upper level trainers, is that they can hire the younger trainers or newer trainers underneath them to take on their overflow or to take on their small groups or be there when they're on vacation. You give them a half cut or whatever numbers. We have a bunch of numbers that I can lay out for you. And then you can still have your fire job, which provides you some of the best healthcare opportunities for your daughter and your family. And then you're not worried about, well, if I take a week off of work, I'm not getting paid.
Right.
Because you've built a business empire through here. And that's what's different about Self-Made is Miguel always said that we're not a gym. We are an entrepreneurship training company, and in the fitness space,
like
right? Sounds something Miguel would say,
for
right?
Sure.
And it's like, yeah, we have gym equipment, but it's more than that. And you've already alluded to like the ability to come in here and talk and just have a conversation, and it feels comfortable. The ability that Julie or I will always take a couple hours out of our day to do one-on-one mentorship with the trainers. Chandler stepping up now that he has more free time because he's adjusted his schedule to help with building this Big Brother program. There's a lot more to offer here than there are at other gyms, a lot more opportunities. And part of that is one that you're going to be kind of our guinea pig for is during those months when you're in the academy and things is how can we set you up so that your business continues even with you not in it?
And that's
pretty cool, right?
That has been something that's been stressful for me because my clients, they, if you're watching this, they will not go to the gym unless it's with me.
Right. Yeah. I got a lot of them like that.
I have a few.
Yeah.
So that's the part that stresses me out. I don't want them to fall off because a lot of my clients have been with me for years.
Yeah.
I have clients that I call lifers. You know, they're gonna be in the gym. And so part of my transition, I still have a long time until that happens, is figuring that part out. Obviously, I've thought about the online route where they're all on a program on like the Trainerize app and things like that. But I would say 90% of my clientele, they're more of that in person. So I would love to learn from you and see what you have to, information you have to offer so that way I can build that part of the business. Business is hard. Personal training is the easy part. Being in person with the clients and building a body.
It's the fun part.
It's the fun part. The business stuff, dude, is hard. There's so much to it. There's so much to it to become a successful entrepreneur, like you said, where like it can run without you being
right. And the great part about what you're doing, and when you'll be basically adding a lot to your plate by going into the academy and becoming a fireman as well, is that you'll know that in these next few months, as you build that business, that your clients are in safe hands, because you're going to be training up the people that'll be taking them over, at least for part-time, while you're either in school or while you're, have to get forced or overtime or whatever. And so I think it's actually a really cool opportunity for you. I mean, obviously, like, the income's going to be great because you'll have it like doubled up, right? Yeah. But it's also going to be a great opportunity for anyone at Self-Made to follow your story, because we'll have you come in maybe like monthly or something and talk about like the growth that you have.
Sure.
But I think it's going to be great for any future people, any people that are on the fence of saying like, Jacob is literally giving out the all-purpose bulletin right now, saying that he has a bunch of clients, which we know he does. I've seen them here the minute he came in, but he's also going to be looking for someone to come in and assist him. So if you're a trainer that doesn't have much clients and you're looking for someone and you're hungry, come here, work on the Big Brother program, tutor under Jacob, and then he's literally going to be able to hand you money, right?
Basically hiring,
right? And he'll be hiring.
Yeah.
So that's awesome, bro. I think this is going to be a fun couple of months then.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And last thing I had is, when I want you to talk about Miguel. Everyone has a story of a way that he helped him, and we want to keep him alive every day. I mean, we have the $100 right there, first $100 Miguel made, right? And do you have any like cool story or some way that he impacted your life or something that he taught you that you can think of?
Dude, Miguel is a one of a kind. Mm-hmm. He is an amazing inspiration in my life. He actually mentored me for free. I approached him coming into Self-Made, and he's like, I charge money for this. Yeah. So it was a lot. And, being a personal trainer, you don't got that much money, but he mentored me for free. He gave me all the nuggets into how to become a business owner, how to be successful. He gave me this, he told me, stop going out on the weekends. Save every dollar that you have, invest it into a duplex, live in it, and just keep doing that. Did I do it? No, because I'm an idiot. It's not too late though. It's not too late. Right. But it's a lot easier said than done. At that time I was smoking a lot of weed. I was vaping like crazy. Like, this thing was damn near implanted in my hand, this vape. And he helped me quit. And that was the turning point in my life where I quit vaping. And from there, I quit smoking weed. And I smoked weed for 10 years straight, every single day, every hour.
I remember we talked about that one time. Yeah.
It was funny because I was in the process of quitting smoking vape. I was training at Self-Made. I was in the parking lot. And my buddy had a vape in his hand. He's smoking. I'm just like standing there and trying not to, I'm like,
yeah,
and I hit it. And Miguel texted me. He's like, hey man, what kind of a friend is that? And that's no bullshit, dude. He straight up was that's not a friend you want to be hanging out with. Does he know you're trying to quit? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, honestly, man, I ripped it out of his hand, this, that, and the third, try to cover up my friend and whatever. Yeah. But he's a no bullshit type of a guy. And he taught me how to be a leader. You saw every day he comes in, hey, what's up? How's it going? How's your day? Yeah. And that is a leader right there. Mm-hmm. I've been in another business, in another gym, where the owners come in every couple months and they don't even say hi to their trainer. It's just, but everybody runs their business differently. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying their business is not successful, but we all know how successful Self-Made has been, and Miguel has just been a big influence on how I live my life, think about him all the time, and how I run my business. So I thank him for sure for everything he's done for me. That's a great story, man.
It's a very Miguel moment.
Yeah.
Well, Jacob, thanks for coming on today. And like I said, I'd like to get you in probably every 4 to 6 weeks. And as we grow and as we update, that you can give the viewers a story and a path to follow. Hopefully influence some guys to come over here if they're sitting on the fence. And I know that we had to do some wiggling to get you over here too, but we're all stoked, truly stoked to have you back. Chandler, myself, Appreciate Jarvis, that. Everyone's really happy to have you back. We're going to drop in your profile on your social medias, email, phone, and everything at the bottom in the notes for the podcast. And we say welcome back, and let's grow, baby.
It's good to be back, man. Thank you. I appreciate all the kind words. I'm excited to be here.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Have a good one.